I'm now going to show you how to use the minor design tools within Canva. We're going to learn about a few little tools that help you to tweak and modify your designs to look exactly how you want them to. The first tool is called Scale. You've probably used this before when using Microsoft Word or Apple's Pages. When you click on an item, you'll see these 4 circles show up on the corners, and these are the scale tools. These allow us to scale and resize this element. By clicking and dragging, you can change the size. Pretty cool. If you're dealing with a straight line, sometimes the scale tool allows you to make things bigger or go straight horizontal, left and right. It all depends on how you're using the tool and which way you're going. Another tool is the Rotate tool. And to show you that, I'm going to click on my little bicyclist. There is a little icon here that looks like a rotation, someone turning around. To rotate, you simply click and then rotate however you want. It will automatically snap at 45, 90, and the rest of the turns all the way around. So it makes it really easy to make common rotations that most people and designers would use. To copy an element, click on an element and click Copy, and it will create a duplicate, just like that. Pretty easy. To move this element forward in the document, I can click Forward, but since it's grayed out, that means it's at the very front of the document. But if I want to shift it back a couple layers, I click once, twice, 3 times, and you'll see that it slowly shifts to the back of the document. I'm going to get rid of it by clicking the trash can, and that's actually how you'll get rid of any element that you don't want. If I didn't want this circle, trash can, and it's gone. To change the color of an element, simply click on it and you'll see multiple colors show up. In this element, the black refers to the border around the circle, the orange refers to the fill layer on the inside. So I can change that by simply going in and picking a different color. Depending on what your company might need, blue might be better if that's part of your branding. I really liked the orange because I thought it stood out and it seemed kind of exciting. The triangle drop-down feature is useful for text and for images. I'll show you how to use it with text first, and then I'll show you with images. On the font selection tool, where you can select fonts, what you need to do on the font selection tool, where you can change your font, in order to use the triangle drop-down, you can make font bold or italic if it supports that. You can make it uppercase, turn it into a bullet point list, or change the orientation, left, center, or right. You can also change the size and the color. Down below, you can create a link. So I could make Smart Ride a link to my website, and I can paste it in there. So when I share this PDF, people can click on my logo and it'll take them straight to my website. Alternatively, I can set the transparency of these elements. I can make it see-through or completely opaque, depending on whatever I want, which is what I love about Canva. You can customize almost every single element. The triangle drop-down on an image is slightly different because it only allows you to edit the link or edit the transparency. That's all. This isn't an image, this is an icon, and so all I can do is make it a link or change the transparency. If it were an image, I could edit it and add Instagram-like filters, add a blur, add a vignette, and much more, and I'll show you that in the next lecture. In order to change the font, like I showed you before, you simply double-click on an element of text, click this drop-down, and you can see a preview of what all the fonts look like. There is a ton of beautiful fonts here, and I'll even show you where to download these fonts for use on your own computer for applications like Microsoft Word, Apple Pages, etc., etc. I like that one though, so I'll stick with it. Now you know how to use the minor design tools within Canva.